first case happened to me last winter. I went to a fitness center close to home. It's always nice to take a walk after a workout. I got to classes after work and returned home in the evening. I knew the road very well and was never afraid of it. On the same evening, as soon as I left the fitness center, I immediately felt the danger behind my back, but did not attach any importance to this, and went. I went down into the passage. The feeling of danger from behind intensified. I started to turn around. Maybe someone was following me, but there was no one in the passage. She was barely breathing. She listened all the time. No steps were heard. Everything was calm around. I go further, but my heart is beating like crazy. Leaving the passage, after 10 meters from behind, I was almost knocked down by a car. The car on the sidewalk backed up and didn't notice me. In general, I was already like a compressed spring from an unrelenting sense of danger, so it was very time to jump back. Now I listen to my feelings more sensitively. But I can't explain how I felt this danger 15 minutes before the incident. The second case, I also did not find an explanation. I was on the bus from work. The bus moves slowly, all the seats are occupied, there are a lot of people. Nearby is a young man, tall, with a pleasant face. Dressed well, looks quite normal, but I didn't see it right away. I'm just standing, holding on to the handrail. He's standing next to me. I see the sleeve of a green jacket. And suddenly, as if hit on the head, I feel such tenderness and sympathy for this person standing next to me. I already wanted to lay my head on his hand. A wave of kindness, trust, comfort covered not childishly. I restrain myself, turn around, look at him sternly, trying to analyze why this feeling arose. Releases after a minute. A minute later I understand that the man begins to fall on me, as if he is ill. I roughly push him off my fragile shoulders and look sternly again. I'm just going to ask, how do you feel? Are you all right? As he moves away from me and starts to make his way along the bus, leaning towards some passengers, and says something. As I understand it, he said something like, "Sorry, I don't feel well, give me a seat, please." He is given a seat next to the guy, but he does not sit down and moves on until he is given a seat next to the girl. The bus has become freer, the view is good. He spoke to her. She smiled sweetly at him and answered. He didn't look like a patient. He looked like an ordinary guy who wants to meet a girl. I was already beginning to regret that I shook him off so rudely and did not ask about his well-being. Suddenly a person is really bad, and I offended him. Then the bus pulls up to the bus stop. The guy gets up and heads for the door. The girl gets up and follows him, looking mesmerized. And I understand that she now feels the same thing as I did about 10 minutes ago, that I'll go to the ends of the world for this man. It's so good next to him. The bus stops at a bus stop. The doors open, the guy comes out, turns to the girl. The girl takes a step down the stairs and freezes. The door closes and the bus begins to pull away. The girl stands in a daze, shakes her head, as if shaking off some kind of obsession, and returns to her place. The guy stays at the stop. The last thing I noticed was how he, with an extremely surprised face, with an unkind look, followed our bus. Again, the question is, who was it? And what did you want? And why did it cause such feelings? And he came out, by the way, in a forested area. So sometimes you don't know what your intuition is doing to you.
Thank you for your attention. Subscribe to the channel.